So this is my mind map on job. When you graduated from university, you have to look for a job, and you go and apply for a job, and the HR specialist invites you to have an interview. Then you are interviewed by a boss or by some specialists, other specialists in the company. And if you are lucky, if you are good enough for this company, you are hired for a job, and you start working there. Uh, so you land a job, and their working hours may be different. Because it depends on your uh, job and on the company where you work. So, for example, if you work uh, as if you work in an office, the working hours usually from 9 to 5. And if you work as a builder, for example, you can work night shift or day shift. And sometimes, for example, if you work uh, for a small company, you can work 25 to 7. So, and every person and every uh, worker can have its own responsibilities. So it of course depends on the position a person takes, and every person can deal with so every person in a company can deal with different um, can deal with different deals. Yeah. So some people can have some paperwork, some works on a computer. So it depends. uh, if you work for a big company, you of course may have a day off, or you can have a if you are sick, you can get a sick leave, and it can be paid. uh, and for example, if you're pregnant and you are going to have a baby, you can have maternity leave. Or if your wife is pregnant, you can have a paternity leave in the case if you have a chance not to work and your spouse have to work. Um, Sometimes people have to work overtime because of overload at work. And overload, if you have overload at work, and because of it, you can be stressed out or burn out at work. You can be sleep deprived. And nowadays, in many countries, there are a lot of people who are workaholic, and it's like an illness, and they work a lot of hours, and they are usually overworked. Uh, uh, it um, uh, it it happens because there are a lot of people who want to climb to the top of the ladder, and succeed in it, and some of them are just can be burned out and be very exhausted. And if a person is not uh, can't deal with their responsibilities, he or she can be fired, and can be fired from the company. And he or she hands in a pink slip, and you have 2 weeks to have to look for another job, and you are uh, stop working at the current place. uh, Nowadays, a lot of unemployment in our country, and uh, a lot of people are afraid to lose their job, and they try to not to be laid off. uh, and a lot of retired person are laid off because companies think that young persons are more uh, uh, they are more reliable person than retired. And at the age of 50 to 65, people usually retire, and they leave their job and stop working, and they can take up a hobby.